Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Row 3 replay. Spawn on the left side is yellow allies. We have XonURhed. And I think this is teammate as a Cyan Soviets. We have Falcon10. Spawn as the blue allies player, we have Zebrahead. And I believe this is his teammate, the red allies player. We have Capture Man. Spawn as the green Empire player, we have ANT111. And spawn, I believe, his orange Soviet ally, we have Pewpewlazer. Usually 2v2v2, so usually these two are allies, and usually these two are allies. You have a ore refinery, multiple dojos here. Oh yeah, because these two are usually hostile, and he's actually immediately abandoned that base. Blue's immediately heading towards these ore refineries, abandoning the island to green. Green's pushing on forward, had no scouts deployed on out. He should have pushed forward with one dojo core. Orange pushes forward with his bear, and the bear does not spot anything here. Screaming ideas like, oh yeah, he abandoned the island. Which, he realized now he made an expensive investment, but he also probably be happy the fact he doesn't have to contest the island. He can move forward, expand out this refinery. Green should decide for mass expansion. Orange should defend his flanks and perhaps defend his teammate. I would say green and orange should go defensive. Red is pushing into Cyan. Blue is trying to finally get his game going. Wait. Okay, I don't know why that ore collector looked green to me. Cyan is getting pushed quite hard. Red is multi-gun turrets are getting hit by a black trooper. That one does get mag mined down. He does patch up the wall there. Red has a boot camp right here. Cyan's deployed out reactor trying to body block or line of sight block, vision block. Down should push his way forward, trying to throw some rockets there. Let the doggy in. You can see the dog wagging his tail. We do have the barracks being deployed out by Cyan right there, trying to get out some quick bears, but there's a dog here at the camp. More multi-gun turrets being pushed on forward as well. And Cyan's refinery will go down. At this point in time, Blue just may need to abandon this region. He has a lot of structures there. He should have degarrisoned these structures and pushed this over here. He's facing a massive threat. Handful of conscripts could have been useful, but maybe not. Does get some mag mines there, but doesn't finish off that multi-gun turret, which still poses a problem. And we got random crates as well. Random crates are interesting. I know in King's Wrath it can be a bit BS, because you can get some veterancy crates for, like, say, the Redeemer or the Hexapod, or the Mark, and get quickly heroic super unit, uber unit, whatever you want to call it. That does get crushed there by Orange MCV, very nice. Blue, of course, has this naval expansion here. Red, so that's what exactly happened. Blue provided the build radius, red provided the aggression. Up north, got some bomb runs there, taking out Orange's Crusher Crane. Orange still has two naval darkers here and receiving some laser lock javelins here. Red pushes forward with his MCV as well into Orange's location. He could abandon this region. He could expand up north instead. Yellow. Cyan has stabilized this region. They're pushing up north, leading Cyan's ability to recover. Blue's construction yard received quite a bit of Molotovs there. And these laser lock javelins are really pushing forward. A clue self-deployed and out would be useful in pushing Blue's refining location. Both of them still up, but looks like they've lost both the ore collectors. Is that out of income? Is Blue already out of income because he lost all his refineries? It's not going up. I think Blue has overspent and lost all his refinery income. Now he only has an airfield and protocols. So sells those off. Sells off the multi-gun turret. He needs to keep his MCV alive for protocols, and that's it. He can only provide air support to Red. Yellow's taking time to mass on up. I'm not so sure what Yellow's actually doing. It seems like Yellow has been unaffected for most of the skirmishes in the game, and he has not really expanded whatsoever. Yellow maybe, no offense to Yellow, maybe a lower ranking player. But it just sounds like he should have more at this time. Orange is feeding quite a bit of aggression from these laser lock javelins. Green's economy is up and going, and Orange does have a Crusher Crane and Super Reactor in his teammate's base. Green could send some support there. Is throwing some infantry his way. Largely that was built in game. Orange has a large number of bears and conscripts here. Maybe a sentry gun would be good to help engage the infantry as well as the structures. Sentry guns are good. It's just that they take forever to build. These bears did some great work there, and you should be able to clear out this garrison no problem. These scouts Molotovs out, yeah. And clears out the garrison there as well. Even some Green's Air Force is being cleaned on up. Armor run onto the barracks right there, and Red has an airfield in Orange's base for some odd reason, which provides him some quick response time with the Vindicators, but it's also pretty exposed. Power shot does come forward, freezes the Dogi. And Green's infantry forces have now come forward, and there's a good number of tank posts there to hit those multi-gunner turrets. The only way Blue can probably get back in the game for any sort of income is to deploy out a boot camp and capture an oil derrick and slowly get enough income to get out a refinery, and that's basically it. He should actually eye that as soon as possible. This is a teammate's oil derrick, so that's not a possibility. Green's camping this boot camp. We may see a dog out. No, that's a peacekeeper. But should get some great AoE damage there. But he gets gunned down before firing any shots there. Red and Blue push too close to Sun, and now they're getting burned from it by some Molotovs. Got a Cyan Super Reactor here. Cyan has managed to start rebuilding, start reclaiming the sector. I would say it's a good idea to set up a good defensive line here to avoid any aggression. There's a number of garrisons here, can pull out his own weapons. Tesla tower behind the garrisons would be quite useful as well. Man, it's 3v3v3, which is different than a 2v2. You can be defensive in order to rebuild the game, like an FFA. As an it is 2v2v2, so closer to FFAs and closer to a 3v3 or 2v2. Looks like these conscripts are just getting gunned down. Ooh, Blue has sold off his actually, Blue has actually backed up the game, so has Red now. Now it's 2v2. Green has a massive amount of infrastructure. Not as big as the army as I would expect. We got a number of jet Tengus flying about. That's about it. As well as a decent amount of ground infantry. Orange has been pressured quite a bit. Needs time to recover. So if Green can just maintain support for his teammates, Yellow, he could have shot down Yellow's Vindicators there. That was a big mistake. Does fly over these defender cores. Doesn't kill off either of them. They've got another squad of Vindicators here as well, so Yellow has a pair of airfields. Cyan and Orange both still need to cover, though Cyan is in a good position. Orange still has a cool sub here, which is actually spotting these forces, which could be very important. And Yellow does have some good anti-aircraft support with all these javelin troops, but not enough. Vindicators will need to pop on up, and it looks like they have one bomb each, so they're going to get short off the deck. They need to evacuate their region, and it looks like all of them will get gunned down on the deck. Satellites being called on top of Green's Mecha Tengus. They splashed more of the airfield than did that single Mecha Tengu. Yellow may just sell off his infrastructure here. Cool sub does finish off whatever that was. that ore refinery does go down. As the troops are pushing the way forward, they will not stop the garrison. Oh, does stop one of the garrisons. If you give enough time, the conscripts can clean up the Tesla troopers. Keyword, give them enough time. Got a lot of free damage in there. Sword Spice hasn't focused it down, does transform away. He also has a lot of infrastructure here, up here, including the armor facility. He may be eyeing for some Guardian tanks. But looks like just going out for multi-gunner turrets. He still has only one level of vectors, clearance there. Where is this MCV? There it is. And managed to pick up himself a money crate. Oh yeah, that's one way that Blue could have got back in the game. Find a money crate. Any other random crates right now? Doesn't appear to be any more random crates. That's a lot of tank busters. He does have enough anti-aircraft supports as well, but that bridge is destroyed. And there's the engineer. Jet Tank is coming for a nice little force recon. And we'll go ahead and start engaging these forces. Does take up the Terror drone that came out. Nice little surprise there. Tesla coil is sitting on up, getting some good damage there on the Tesla coil. We've got another Tesla coil being pulled now. And we've got satellites now being brought on in on top of the Tesla coil. Just level 2 satellites. A sentry gun could finish it off if it had line of sight. We've got a sentry gun now engaging the Tesla coil now. And the conscript does throw some Molotovs there, but does not get the kill. Got some orange infantry here as well. Orange infantry does get gunned down a bit. The Tesla coil is still up and going. Orange is to sell off this Tesla coil and work that sentry gun. Wait, no, that's a blue sentry gun. I thought that was an orange sentry gun. Up north, of course, got the multi-gunner turrets. These are destroying some of those frozen items. Green's tank buster army is advancing. We'll clean up these wall segments, no problem. And Green has parked his jet tank who's trying to repair those up. Orange's infrastructure, he's building more infrastructure here. Has a flak tower as well. And now Orange's construction yard is under siege from these twin blades. He needs some he needs to get out some flak troopers inside this garrison. Looks like the MCV will go down. Green's force did not respond in time. It does get quite a bit gunned up by the bullfrogs. And now we're seeing quite a bit of fire there from the twin blades. Green's control of these mecha jet tankers are not been that good, but the tank busters are making their way forward and clean up the rest of these wall segments. Multi-gunner IFE says come on in. If he blows that up way too close, it's going to kill everything. Yeah, I think there's a bit of a lower rate game. Black Cannon receiving quite a bit of fire. Low in power because he lost that super reactor. Now trying to repair it on up. Another Black Cannon being deployed now, as well as a reactor. Multi-gun turrets being pushed forward by yellow. You've got a massive amount of tank busters here, but they're all getting gunned down. Gets a bear roar there. And all of those tank busters do go down. Yeah, none of the jet tank, mecha tank was actually there. Focus on the Conyard. I would have sacrificed the mecha tangos, the jet tangos, in order to get those twin blades to save those tank busters. Tank busters could have focused down the bullfrogs. Just poor micro, I would say. Take out the defenses so you can just rip apart the MCV uncontested. Does get another Guardian take there. Cryogen has come forward, which will freeze up most of this infrastructure here, no problem. Doesn't get the War Factory, but should be able to get the Tesla Coil. He needs to get that Tesla Coil really cleaned up. There you go, it does get cleaned up there as well. Wall segments are far, far too slow. And he's pulling out some more wall segments, including a Tesla Coil there. He does find some great veterancy there, getting all those guys extra veterancy. Mega Tengus and Jet Tengus make an advance, engaging that War Factory. Takes out the War Factory, managed to get the MCV out in time, but that could be quickly focused down. Now we've got, what, Dreadnoughts out on the field. Scion's base is being cleaned on up. Yellows pushes his way forward, trying to clean up some of Orange's infrastructure. Orange doesn't have a solid base. He has structures everywhere. Satellites being brought on in. Looks like it's going to be brought in on top of the Mecha Tengus. Got just level 1 satellites, getting some good damage there, but does not take out anything. Apollo's being engaged by the Jet Tengus. Looks like all the Apollos will go down. And looks like got some more Dreadnought shots there onto the Ore Collector. That'll sell off the MCV right there. And I saw 2 sort of cell signals there. One of them may have been from a cash bounty, like perhaps. It's actually not half bad idea to throw javelin troops in some of those garrisons. It just makes it hard for aircraft to move around and sustain a bit of attrition damage. It does take out that ore refinery quite quickly. It sells off for a measly 83 credits. Takes out both of the ore collectors, so those cannot be crushed and get a cash rebate from Crusher Crane. He does. Science still has a single ore refinery up here, as well as a war factory. MCV's about ready to be deployed on out. There we go. With Scion's MCV now on the field, he can reclaim some territory. He should start focusing, expanding. Yellow will need to focus on defending himself at the moment. Now we've got Emperor's Rage deployed on out, getting some great damage on the armor facility as well. Cryo again being deployed on out, does sell off the armor facility. And that is going to be a pretty good freeze, getting half of those Mecha Tengus. And here comes the motor gunner IFVs, trying to clean up these forces, getting some great damage, shattering a number of them. Both of them fully heroic, gets a cash bounty there from Blue as well, getting a lot of extra income. Laser lock javelins, that was a horrendous idea. One motor gun turret's IFV is still alive, does quickly gun down because the Emperor's Raft Mecha Tengus do get a lot of extra damage. And now these Striker Chopper VX is pushing away forward, but receive massive amounts of anti-aircraft fire. Quickly gets gunned down before getting any missiles off. There's that sneeze. Yellow has lost a lot of it infrastructure, but Green has lost a bit more of an army. These should be, yeah, they're almost depleted. Scion's MCVs right here. Looks like some satellites being brought on in from Scion. Oh no, it's a Desolate airstrike. Of course, he just backs out of there. Trying to hit some of this infantry. Doesn't get, the sentry gun does get cancelled right there. Gavin Troop does get cleaned on up. Oh, Kirovs. If the yellow player were to get a spy into the battle lab of the Soviet player, it will instantly down all the Kirovs. And looks like... I I think orange and green has actually backed out the game there. Either way, this is ANT111 saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.